So this video will go through slides 1 through 7. So obviously the first slide just gives you the directions. Okay, slide 2 is where you start. So after looking at this graph, you have to decide. It says Chris claims that ABC is translated to A prime B prime according to this rule. So you got to make sure you realize that you're going from the blue to the red because of the prime. So if you go from A to A, you're going to the left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So right away we know this is wrong because we went left. Left 6, up 2. So your answer should be the second one down, that he's not correct, that this was actually translated to the left 6, up 2, which is this rule right here. Okay, so pre-image and image is important. Slide 3, same thing, you got to watch, because the first time I looked at this, I wanted to go from K prime to K, but we're going from the black to the blue. So again, we give you a hint. So this is the pre-image, this is the image. So if I use K, I go to the left 1, up 4. So this would be your answer. The second one down, you're going to the left 1, up 4, up 4. Okay, number 4 says, which of the following shows the reflection of ABCD across the y-axis? So if I look at this one, here's the y, here's A, I should see an A over here. They should be right next to each other. So A should be this way from X, A should be here, there should be a D here. Nope. Okay, so A, all right, here's an A, but then you have D and you don't have another D here. This one, if you look, is across the x-axis. Okay, A here, A up, A down. The B's match up. So we wanted Y. So it's this one in the corner, and you can see here's the Y. The line of reflection is Y. And A looks to be about 2 spots to the left. A prime, 2 spots to the right. D, same thing. C and B. So you can see that's reflected. Okay, 5 is asking if Kara needs to reflect triangle ABC across the line y equals x. So one thing you might need to do is go back and look at your reflection rules. So the reflection rule for y equals x is that you just switch the places. Okay, so A was at -2, 6. And now it's at 6, -2. So the place is switched. -6, 2, and now it's at 2, -6. So yes, Kara is correct. And you can take each of those points and see that you just flipped the X and the Y. Slide 6. This is where you need to remember your rules for rotations. So you need to figure out, how did this move? So again, you have to make sure that you realize that you're going from the black one to the blue one. So think about S. Okay, S went from here to here. So it's moving. Is it moving counterclockwise? Is it moving clockwise? So to me, it's moving to the left. So I know it's going to be a counterclockwise. Okay, I know it's not a reflection over Y or X, because if it was X, I'd see an S right here. Okay, and I'd see an R up right here. So we know it's not a reflection. If it was the Y equals X, we'd see it kind of one up here, one down here. So now we have to decide, did it rotate 270 or did it rotate 90? Okay, and there's 2 ways you can look at it. So this definitely went counterclockwise, and it looks like it only turned once if you ask me, so it's 90, but you could also check the points and check the rules. So a 90-degree counterclockwise, and I will pull up your 90 degrees counterclockwise. Here's your rule. Okay, so we started at 4, -1, and then we switched to 1, 4. If you go back and you look at the slide, so here we were at 4, -1, and it switched up to 1, 4. So you can look at the points and see that it followed the rotation of 90 degrees. Okay, last slide for this video. So you look at this, you can tell right away that it's not a reflection because they don't, if it was a reflection over y equals x, you would see that the points would be the same distance away from a diagonal line, and that's not correct. Translation would mean it didn't change it would still be facing the same way. So G would have just moved. It would have moved to the right and up. Okay, so G is definitely moved up, but G didn't move to the right. Okay, so the only thing left is the rotation. So this is a 180-degree rotation, and you could check the points. Okay, so for a 180-degree rotation, you are just switching the signs. Okay, so you can see that you're at a -4 and then a +4. You're at a +1 and a -1, and obviously the zeros don't change. Okay, and then you were at positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, and then you're at -5, -2. Okay, so you just switched the signs on this one. So this was a 180. So I'm going to stop here because these videos are long. Okay, so here is the first 7 slides. You can check your work and then see if you have any questions, and I will do the last 5 slides on another video.